Good morning students, welcome to Gurukul. Hope you all are fit and fine at home. As the lockdown is going on, so you are not able to come to school, that's why we are providing you the online lectures so that you can utilize your time at home in a proper way. Now, without wasting our time, let's start the topic. So, today's topic is quadrilateral. But before starting the topic, let's recall some concepts from the previous classes that we have already studied in the class 7. That is polygon. Now, what is polygon? Polygon, a simple closed curve made up of line segments. Simple closed curve made up of line segments. Now, the two main things are there in this definition. That one is the closed and the second one is the line segment. Now I am giving you some examples. You can see these are some examples. Now we have to identify that which of them are polygon and which of them are not polygon. Now see the definition: closed and line segment. Now see, these are the closed figures. This is also a closed figures. Then this and this. It can be a polygon. Now clearly you can see this is not closed, it's not closed, it's not closed. So these are not polygon. Now the second point, that it's composed of line segments. Now you can see that it's a closed curve, but it's not made by the line segments, so it's not a polygon. Here you can see it's a closed curve and made up of line segments. So this one, this one, this one and this one. These are the polygons. Now you can see if this is a plane and this is a polygon, so easily you can see that this polygon divide this plane into three parts. First one, interior, exterior, and on the boundary. Okay. See, this is point A, point B, point C, point D, point E, and point F. So point A and point B lies in the interior of the polygon. Point C and point D lies exterior of the polygon, and the point E and point F lie on the boundary of the polygon. Now the next point, that how we classify the polygons. Classification of polygons. Now, number of sides and polygon name. Number of sides and polygon name. Number of sides. If 3 sides are there, then it's called a triangle. If 4 sides are there, then it's called a quadrilateral. And you can see our topic is quadrilateral. If basically quadrilateral is a word that is formed by the combination of two words, that one is the quad and the second is the lateral. And easily you can see that indicates 4. So quad means 4 and the lateral means sides, and it simply we can define it as the 4-sided polygon. After that, if 5 sides are there, then it's pentagon. If 6 sides are there, then it's hexagon, and so. Now today's topic is quadrilateral, and you can see it indicates the number 4. So we can define it as a four-sided polygon is called the quadrilateral. simply, if it's a quadrilateral, then you can see four sides are there. Four sides. So sides कौन कौन सी हैं इसमें? That are AB, BC, CD and D. After that, four angles. Four angles. Now, first one is angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. And the third one, there are four vertex. Now, what is vertex? Vertex is a point where the two lines meet each other. Now, you can see AB and BC meet at point B, BC and CD meet at point C. So, these are the vertex of this quadrilateral. So, the four vertex are A, B, C and D. Now, four sides, four angles are there. One point is there that adjacent sides and opposite sides, similarly adjacent angles and opposite angles. Now, first of all, adjacent sides and opposite sides. Now, what are adjacent sides? Adjacent sides like AB and BC, the sides having the common vertex. The sides having the common vertex like AB and BC. This is a pair of adjacent sides. Similarly, BC and CD. This is another pair of adjacent sides. CD and AD, and last one AD and AB. So these four are the pair of adjacent sides. Now the next one is the opposite sides. Opposite, that which are opposite to each other, or we can say not having the common vertex. Now the opposite sides, you can see these are opposite to each other. These are opposite to each other. So AB and CD, this is the first pair of the opposite sides, and BC and AB, this is the second pair of opposite sides. Now, next is adjacent angle and opposite angle. Adjacent angle and opposite angle. In the adjacent angle, one arm will be common. Adjacent angle, one arm will be common. As you can see, this is angle A and angle B, and in these two angles, the arm AB is common for both the angles. So that's why we call it as adjacent angles. So angle A and angle B, this is the first pair of adjacent angle. Angle B and angle C, angle C and angle D, angle D and angle A. So these four are the pair of adjacent angles. Now next come on the opposite angles. Now opposite angles, that which are opposite to each other, or we can say not having the common vertex. So angle A and angle C, you can see these are opposite to each other and not having the common vertex. So common side arm. So angle A and angle C and angle B and angle B. So these are two pairs of the opposite angles. It's clear to everyone? Quadrilateral, a four-sided polygon having four sides, four angles and four vertex. Four sides are these angles and vertex. After that, the adjacent sides and the opposite sides, and then adjacent angles and the opposite angles. Now, the next topic, that how we classify the polynomials, that how many types of polynomials are there, or how many types of so the first one is convex, quadrilateral and concave quadrilateral. Convex quadrilateral and concave quadrilateral. Now, I'm giving you some examples. Now, easily you can see convex quadrilateral and concave quadrilaterals. These are the figures you can see. Now, the condition is each angle less than 180 and diagonal lies in interior. Diagonals lie in the interior. See, four angles are there: angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. And easily you can see that all the four angles are of less than 180 degree. Okay, in this you can see all the four angles are of less than 180. Now, in this figure, where we are seeing that these are the concave quadrilaterals, the condition is one angle greater than 180 and diagonal lies in exterior. Here, these are the angles, these are less than 180, but the condition is that one angle greater than 180. So you can see this angle is greater than 180. Here you can see this angle is greater than 180. So this is the first condition. Now the second condition, that the diagonal lies in the interior. Now what's the diagonal? When we join these points A to C and B to D, then this forms the diagonal of a polygon or a quadrilateral. Here, when you join these points, then these are the angles of this pentagon, and you can see that all the diagonals lie in the interior. But here, when you join the diagonal from C to D and from B to D, easily you can see that these diagonals are lie in the exterior of this polygon. So easily you can see that if each angle is less than 180, when the diagonal lie in the interior, then this is the convex quadrilateral, and if one angle is greater than 180 and the diagonal lie in the exterior, then it is a concave quadrilateral. Is it clear to everyone? Now, here you can see this is a quadrilateral and this is the diagonal of the quadrilateral. And you can see it's dividing the quadrilateral into two triangles. And in the previous class, we have studied that the angle sum property of a triangle, that the sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So it means the sum of these three angles in this quadrilateral is 180, and the sum of these three angles in this triangle is also 180. So when we add these two, 180 plus 180, this will be 360, and we can prove this by leaning these angles. Let's let's say angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4, angle 5, and angle 6. Now, in triangle ACD, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 by angle sum property of triangle. This is the first equation. And angle 4 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 is equal to 180, again the angle sum property of the triangle. So when we add equation 1 and 2, so angle 1 plus angle 4, angle 3 plus angle 6, and angle 2 plus angle 5 is equal to 360. Now, angle 1 plus angle 4, you can easily say it's angle A. Angle 3 plus angle 6, it's angle C. Angle 2, it's angle D. And angle 5, it's angle B. So here you can see that the sum of 4 angles is equal to 360 in a quadrilateral. Let's take some example. Example 1. Now we have to check that these are the 4 angles are given: 100 degree, 90 degree, 45 degree, and 45 degree. We have to check that these are the angles of a quadrilateral or no. Now let's see. What's the property of the quadrilateral? Angles and property of the quadrilateral. It's when we add 4 angles, then it forms a sum of 360 degree. So simply, when we add these angles, it's 100 plus 90 plus 45 plus 45. Okay, 100 plus 90, that is 190, and 45 plus 45 is 90, and 190 plus 90, that will be 280 degree. And what angles of property says? That the sum of the 4 angles should be 360, and this is not equal to 360 degree. That's why these are not angles of quadrilateral. It's clear to everyone? Now the second example, if the angles are given in the proportion or in the ratio, like the 4 angles given in the ratio 2 ratio 3 ratio 5 ratio 8. Okay, and we have to find the 4 angles. Find the 4 angles. Okay, now if the value given in the ratio, then first of all we will suppose that angles are 2x, 3x, 5x, and 8x. Is it clear? After that, add these angles: 2x, 3x, 5x, and 8x, and the sum will be equal to 360 degree. Is it clear? Now, when we add these angles, it will be 8 plus 2, 10, and 5 plus 3, 8, 10 plus 8, that will be 18x is equal to 360 degree, and x is equal to 360 degree by 18, and this will be 20 degree. It's clear to everyone? Now, the value of x is equal to 20 degree, and we have to find all the 4 angles. Now, here you can see the first angle is equal to 2 x, that will be 2 into 20, that is 40 degree. Second, that is 3x, that will be 3 into 20, 60 degree. Third, 5x, that will be 5 into 20, that will be 100 degree. And the fourth one, that is 8x, that is 8 into 20, that will be 160 degree. Is it clear to everyone? Now we can check that the sum of these four angles is equal to 360 or not. See, 60 plus 40, 100, 100 plus 100, 200, and 200 plus 160, that will be 360. And we know that the sum of all the four angles is equal to 360 degree. Is it clear to everyone? Now, third example. That if three angles are given and we have to find the fourth angle, suppose three angles are 130, 88 and 67 degree. Okay, and we have to find the fourth angle. So what we do? Let fourth angle be x, and after that what we do? We will add all these four angles, that 130 plus 88 plus 67 plus x is equal to 360 degree. The sum of these three angles is equal to 285 plus x is equal to 360 degree, and the value of x is equal to 360 minus 285, that will be 75 degree. So this will be the value of the fourth angle. Now, how we classify the quadrilaterals? On the basis of sides and on the basis of angles, that you can see with the help of this flow chart. That first of all, here is the flow chart. You can see polygon, after polygon there is quadrilateral, then parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, square, kite and trapezium. In the next lecture we will discuss the properties of this type of quadrilateral in the detail. So till then, take care, stay at home, stay healthy. Thank you.